thing, basically. So poison on players, infect on creatures, toxic on creatures, wither on creatures, -1 counter on creatures. Witness protection makes that a thing that doesn't matter. Thrumming bird. Okay, so our life total probably doesn't matter anymore. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, are you guys ready for another sleeper hit? Today we'll be looking at Venser Corpse Puppet, which I think is actually stronger than the Mono Blue Techathal video I made, because firstly, this guy costs twice as much to get out. He can help you proliferate twice, but I've always thought this guy, Techathal, is much better as an enabler in the 99 itself. So here's a good test for that. He's definitely in this deck, because Venser, so he's a 2-mana 1/3, lifelink toxic 1, already pretty good stats. Whenever you proliferate, you choose one. So if you don't have a creature named the Hollow Sentinel, you create the Hollow Sentinel, which is a legendary 3/3. Weird wording on that. It should have just said create a legendary 3/3, because you can't get two of them on the battlefield anyway. So I don't know really why it says if you don't control a creature. Maybe there's a functional thing for that. Maybe like they don't want you to get another ETB trigger. Or maybe the flavor is he won't come unless he's dead, or yeah, strange. And the other ability is target artifact creature gets flying and lifelink until turn, so that can make the Hollow Sentinel swing in, gain you some life. It's pretty cool artwork as well. It looks like the Hollow Sentinel is kind of enveloping Venser, almost like a mech suit, and Venser's kind of like inside that. Kind of disgusting when you look closely at the art. Venser's arms have been replaced with sinewy strands and muscle, and he's just... I don't know his fate. Apparently his fate wasn't in the latest story. So if someone knows the lore, if you could tell me what happens to Venser, that would be really cool. Sadly, I don't think there is anything written about how he became this corpse puppet thing, but if you do know, tell me in the comments, because I'm really interested in the lore. The story for this set has been fantastic, by the way. If you haven't read up on it or listened to it, I highly recommend you check out Magic Arcanum, which is a really good YouTube channel. And there's the guy that he narrates all the latest stories, so check that out if you want to see what happens. But yeah, this is a proliferate tribal deck, very much in the same vein as Techathal, but I think this is much better, because if you look how much proliferate stuff there is, you can see that with this deck, and especially the latest set, they've added a lot of brand new proliferate cards, which are just really powerful additions. Even down to 1-mana proliferate, give a creature -1/-1 proliferate, so anytime you proliferate, you're going to get one of these two triggers. It's going to be really good. You've got Blight Belly Rat to start hitting them early with Toxic 1, because you definitely need to be doing things like that. You've even got the Bilious Skull Dweller as well to do that, so you want to have cheap stuff to get in. There's not that many, weirdly enough, with Toxic in blue and black. You got Thrumming Bird to proliferate on hit, and all of these spells proliferate in different ways. There's loads of them. You've got Staff of Completion, which is one of the greatest new ones they've made, because it just does so many things at the cost of life, but you're gaining life back anyway, because Venser has lifelink and the Hollow Sentinel can have lifelink, so it's kind of negligible what happens with your life there. Obviously, you've got Techathal to support the double proliferation. Yawgmoth, classic proliferate card. This can get out of control really quick, sacking stuff, putting counters on your opponent's creatures. And then stuff like Vivisurgent Insight, draw 3, proliferate. So if you just put in proliferate into Arena, it should come up with all the ones you need. So that's all that sorted out. The rest of the deck is pure kind of like Dimir classic stuff. As you can see, the curve is very aggressive at 2 mana, and because of that, we don't really have many rocks, because I've said in a previous video, I don't really like mana rocks that much anymore that cost 3 or greater, because there's just a lot of investment for very little output, especially if the opponent just goes around and kills it. But it operates very similar to a lot of other Dimir control strategies. You're just trying to be a bit more aggressive, and another way to take the advantage of proliferate is to use planeswalkers. We don't have too many. We've got one copy of Tasha, just to be a bit different, really. We do have sagas, however, so when you've got stuff like the Cruelty of Gix and Elders Reborn out, imagine you just played this. The next time you proliferate once or twice, you're accelerating this so hard. To get 2 or 3 abilities in one turn is really powerful. Do not underestimate, like, the reason sagas are balanced is because they're 1 thing a turn, but if you can do 3 things in turn, it actually makes it stronger than planeswalker, because in a way it's like stage 3 of this is almost like the ultimate, which is resurrecting a creature from a graveyard, so that can be really good. And if you can ultimate Tasha early as well, that's just game ending. Real cards from your opponent's deck to hit 3 creatures. the rest is milled, and you get 3 creatures from their deck. Super powerful. I think Venser is definitely a sleeper hit. No one's really talked about him, which is understandable because a lot of mythics out there, and he's just a rare. But the rarity doesn't really mean much, to be honest. Just how much you get him in the pack. But the power level, I think, is there. This is definitely one of my favourites from the set, and again, not one of the the ones that really shines and is outstanding so much. But that's what I like about Magic, is it's whatever you kind of want it to be. So deck list below, as usual. Drop me a like and a sub. And I'm sorry if you can hear people sawing wood outside because they're working on the house. Cool, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, this could be interesting because we are facing the other Proliferate card from Phyrexia All Will Be One. Man, that, in terms of set names, Phyrexia All Will Be One is such a mouthful. It's like 3 syllables and then All Will Be One, which is 4 syllables. It's a lot. It's a lot to say. Some of the best sets just have 1 word. So we've missed 2 more land drops there. Like, if we don't get a blue source soon, we're going to be in a bit of trouble here. Blue source to just at least cast the Venser would be good. Death Touch and Toxic, very flavourful. Okay, another swamp. Very crazy, actually. 3 swamps in a row. And we still can't cast anything. Really, well, nothing meaningful. This would just kill our thing. At least if we get another swamp, we can go for the key. If they don't counter it, that is. Astral Cornucopia for 1. Yeah, we don't want to proliferate that. That's for sure. Grazer. The Death Touch on a Toxic is genius because people don't want to block this. Fantastic. Okay, so we get hopefully some more blue sources soon. Do you want it to... okay, that's good. And I think we'll get the counter spell because we're on the play. So they're going to lose the Grazer. Fine. If they go for Izuri, they can pay 3 to proliferate twice. That's really scary, actually. Oh, nuts. That makes the Cornucopia infinitely better now. Yeah, because that was 3 mana for 1 mana back, but now it's 3 mana for 2 mana back. So this is a Warm Power Stone. And oh, Rot Priest. We probably want to kill that Rot Priest with the Meat Hook Massacre, don't we? Depends what they go for. If they go for the Izuri, well, we'll definitely smell fear. Oh, Jesus. Okay, now we've got Infect. Oh, but they do kill each other. Oh, okay. So now it's just a race to see who can infect the fastest, I guess. We've got 3 mana open. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Okay, well... Okay. I suppose we'll get Vengeance and bounce that. No, we don't want to proliferate. That's weird that it chose us. And then I guess we can get a land here. Which is a sad, sad state of affairs, but we need a land. I guess we'll go for the pools because it comes in tap. Let's get the tap one out of the way here. So if we top deck a land, we can still go for the Citadel next turn. 3 toughness means that we can still use the Massacre on this as well. But yeah, I think we've really slowed them down, bouncing their thing. Hey, they killed our thing. We killed their thing. This is a staple, surely. Destroy something and then proliferate. Wow, okay. Wow, that is pushed. Normally it's 3 mana to do just the first sentence. Proliferate. So they're making that bigger and infect bigger as well. Toxic. We just go for 2 toxic things, couldn't we? Alright, we'll go for 2 toxic things then. Well, actually, the Necrogen Communion makes something toxic too, so that could be even faster. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they could play this proliferate twice, we'll be at 5. Oh, that means they're going to also draw 2 cards. Ooh, that's nasty. Lifelink Toxic. Man, that's powerful late game. Again, the Cornucopia putting in a lot of work there. Right, let's get in over the top. Let's go for the Citadel. Ooh, that's a fantastic thingy bob. Right, another fantastic card. We get to draw a card and proliferate. Not us. Why does it keep selecting us? And then we get a creature out as well. So, I mean, they could just kill the Citadel here, but I suppose it means that... Yeah, the other scary thing is that Azuri can keep coming in, proliferate twice. So if we're at 8... If we're at 8 poison, we just die. Ugh. 7. And this now taps for... So I'm going to draw 2 more cards. Oh, this is just disgusting. 7 infect. 7 poison. Oh, man, it's weird having infect, poison, toxic, wither, -1 counters. You know, all these words for the same thing basically. So poison on players, infect on creatures, toxic on creatures, wither on creatures, -1 counter on creatures. Witness protection makes that a thing that doesn't matter. Thrumming bird. Okay, so our life total probably doesn't matter anymore. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Should we get to 4? I think we win the game, right? We just toot for any card here. We go to 1 life. Look at this. Ridiculous. So if we go for Aether Flux. That was silly. That was just a silly move. Right, go for Aether Flux here. We can give this Toxic 2. Okay, we're just gaining loads of life now. So yeah, we don't want to advance this because I'll just recast it and probably just win the game. And we swing in with... Oh no, I feel like I've messed up hugely there. Have I messed up hugely? I don't know. Can they proliferate 3 times in 1 turn? That's the question. They don't have the cornucopia either. And we're at 12 life. I don't know, I think I just got silly. Yeah, being at such low life was such a risk. So if this hits them, they can go to 7, but this will die, but it will cost them 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll cost them 9 to redeploy this proliferate twice, so they can't, can they? Yeah, so they... Yeah, I don't know. It's a scary one, that's for sure. It's a real shame our land had to be on top as well, because we could have kept going, casting more spells, gaining more life. Oh, this deck is so fun. I love doing lots of things on top of things and kind of... Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely my style of deck. Really is. So the opponents roping me because they don't enjoy interaction, clearly. Come on then. What's going off? What's going on? So they will block. There's no point sacking it with the Citadel because I don't want to lose all my things. Sadly, because it was on a token, it won't come back to our hand. But, okay. What have they got? I guess, you know, worst case scenario is they bounce a whole field. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not impossible for them to proliferate 3 times here, but that's, you know, that's going to be... tricky one. I think they just die if we get a turn. They're going to return that. Okay. Interesting. 8. Do they have 2 more? We could just be dead. Even if they do, it was a fun game. Look at this Phyrexian army. Completely Phyrexian army. Phyrexian Praetor, Phyrexian Horror, Phyrexian Bird Horror, Phyrexian Bat. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that. Phyrexian Zombie Wizard. This has got to be the most flavourful field I've ever had. Apart from maybe the Bolus of Citadel. This is Bolus tech. But the Cruelty of Geeks is a Phyrexian as well. Wow, I've just realised. That's so cool. Yeah. Almost a completely Phyrexian army. I wonder if Bolus could take on Phyrexians. What do you guys think? Do you reckon Bolus could take him on? I know he hasn't got his egg. But if Bolus did have his egg, you know, the egg that gives him full power. I forgot what it's called. The something of something. The Eye of Agamotto. Oh, we got him. We got him. We got him. Okay, so facing the Marinora. My favourite card to say out loud. Marinora. Nora. So it's probably going to be, you know, Relentless Rats build. There's not many builds here for this deck. It's kind of... It's not my cup of tea, but I can see why people like it and enjoy it. You have to really, really, really love rats to play this deck. Okay, so we can already begin with... So if we play Venser, it's probably... Okay, we'll get Venser out, because that means if we do ever proliferate, we can actually get a blocker, which is actually kind of good, because if it dies, we can just create more. But I do want to get the poison counters out first before doing anything. But the issue is, every time they play rats, they increase the power of the rats that previously existed, so the blocks do get worse over time. Okay, so that's a 3-1 now. So they don't attack in. Ooh, this is a good card as well. So I do want to draw 2, but maybe we go for this instead. Yeah, that's probably... Yeah, that's a good shout. That's why Professor's Warning doesn't look good. But it's deceptive because it can save Venser from one bout of combat. Are they really not going to attack in because Venser? Alright, well, we'll give them a poison then. Oh, okay, and then we can put a counter on the Venser here, and then we can start proliferating that. And so because they've got a poison counter, we can just start tapping this stuff down and start to get blockers. So yeah, we don't want to attack. Okay, we're looking in a pretty good shape. They can go for 2 rats here. But I think they've missed out on a lot of damage by not attacking, to be honest. Like, I don't really understand the logic behind that. Yeah, we'll take 6, but... We can... What can we do? We can go for Techathal. We could go for Extinction Event. I'll probably do that when... Fear means they can't be blocked by Artifact and Black. That's fine. So yeah, we'll go for the Infectious Inquiry now. And then we'll get a blocker in their turn with the Augury. Okay. Rat Colony again. So they're missing a land, but they can play so many rat colonies, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Pretty linear strategy, but then it's pretty effective. Okay, so probably tempted to block here because I'm going to go for the Extinction Event next turn. Yeah, we'll go for Bring the Eternity. Yeah, I think we'll block. The toughness on this is getting crazy though. But yeah, I think it's too risky to have them lying around, so we're going to go for the Extinction Event next turn. Just to slow them down, otherwise it's going to be very difficult to come back. They are even, just to make sure, yeah. Okay. So now they play the Marinor, it's not that effective really. Well, I guess it could be, because it means that the following turn... Oh, I think that was the wrong move, because it means that it would have been able to tap next turn to create more. But they chose this to have Fear. Okay, so... Let's go for Staff. And then... We can go for Techathal, or do we want to leave up the Bring the End... the Bring the Ending... No, we'll go for the Dominus here. Yeah, because proliferating twice is going to be nice to set up. So here comes Anora. So now we can't block this 3 damage. Okay. Down to 11. And they played a land, so that's just revealed their hand. Oh, Vivisurgeon's Insight. Draw. So they'd be on 6 infect if I did this. I want to use this to bounce the Marinora, don't I? So that costs 3. If I play this, it costs 2 to do this. So let's... If we bounce it now, then it means that they can recast it in the next turn and give this... Yeah, I think we bounce it now. Because they can't activate him yet. And then we also have the 2 mana up to counter it as well. So now we'll start hitting them for their actual life rather than just the poison damage. But yeah, bring the ending. Counter a spell unless they pay 2, but counter it outright if they have 3 poison. And there we go. We take out the rats. Okay, we go first against Teferi. And wow, we could literally go for Staff on turn 1. But do we want to do that? Is that exciting? I guess it can be. And we can just start paying life to draw cards already, or proliferate. This is actually pretty awesome. Yeah, let's draw a card. I mean, they're mono blue. They're not going to kill us, are they? Let's go for the Blight Belly Rat. Man, this is a great card. It's like Phyrexian Arena, but takes 4. What do we do? What do we do? Let's go for draw a card again. Down to 17. Oh, we can even go for Tasha here. Let's see if they block. So they don't have 5 mana for Teferi yet. Right, let's go for the Tasha then. So that's a mana rock now. Wow, that's powerful. That is so powerful. If we ever get to Ultimate Tasha, we're in really good shape. Next turn, I think I'm going to keep up the counter spell and the grass. Wow, that was a fantastic start, wasn't it? Really powerful. Okay, we go first with the first sliver. Yay! Love it. Love to face this deck. It's so fun. Once again, the algorithm's going goobly bloobly boobly boo, which, in other words, nonsense. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's move on from that because we all know the algorithm is broken. Okay, play tap land. Keep playing more tap lands, please. Let's go for the Mere Convent. I keep wanting to say Mere Convent as if there's like some monastery out there with like loads of mirrors just like praying to Atraxa. Really cool artwork though. So they've already got 1 infect, which is great news for us. Right, let's get at some stuff. This could go horribly, horribly wrong here. If they have a board wipe, we are screwed. 3, 4, 5... Okay. Wish me luck, guys. Into the north. So we probably don't want to commit too much more to the board, but we do have a heck of a lot of infect. Oh my god, I've just realised that we've got 1, 2, 3 toxic things. Oh my. Do we just swing with everything? I need some land, so let's use this guy to draw a couple first. Okay. And yeah, let's swing in with all. Man, this is... I reckon they've got a board right because they're very confidently, well, staying in the game, essentially. And let's go for the creature token here. Oh, if we had a counter spell in hand, that would be just so good, wouldn't it? What can we do? We can Tezzeret's Gambit, which would be not that great because it means that we'd get a golem that we already have. But then it does mean... Okay, no, we're not going to do that because 4, 5... If our stuff survives, we can better settle down next turn with the land. Let's just see. They're probably going to wipe, let's face it. Or go for the sliver. Storm's Wrath, yeah, there we go. That's why they stayed in the game. Okay, so now we need to desperately find... Okay, let's use the Phyrexian just in case we find a spell we can cast. And proliferate them as well. Okay, so damn. It's always a board wipe, isn't it? Oh well. That would have been a pretty fast game. Chandra? In a 5-colour deck. Oh god, if they ultimatum, we're screwed. Okay, well, let's go for the set. If there's land on top, we're a bit screwed. Land on top, always. Always. Yeah, I mean, I know I've said this, but we shouldn't really be facing this deck. For God's sake. Really? Well, this is the problem with the game. So they've basically won a 1-card combo. If you've not seen Emergent Ultimatum before and you're new to the channel, then it basically searches for 3 cards. We pick one that they don't get. Most of the time, it's a infinite combo. So it'll be something like a card that proliferates 4 times with any Planeswalker that ultimates into craziness. Extra turns, blah, blah, blah. So as you can see here, whatever we pick is not great. So if we go for Omniscience, and they get to play stuff for free. Let's put the extra turn away. So they're going to get Omniscience, and they're going to draw 4 cards. That's the only way we can get out of this, I think. Unless they've got an extra turn spell in their hand. So just quickly talking through, this lets them play anything for free from the hand. So this is all stuff they can cast. The thing I didn't let them have was the extra turn, was if I let them have that, it would have just been worse with any combination of this. But at least, I don't know, there is no at least anymore. This is essentially like having lots of extra turn. Oh no. So they're going to get more cards. As if they need more cards. So now they're going to draw even more. Anyone defending these kind of decks, they're drawing 3 more cards. So now all the cards in their hand also cost 1 less. Yeah, as I was saying, anyone defending this type of deck, I don't really know why, because it, you know, it invalidates any of the gameplay I did. Like, what was the point of me playing anything before this? There just wasn't really, was there? If it took me, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards to get to 6 and attacks, you know, regular stuff, and it takes him 1 card, it took him 1 card to get to this field. And what's the point of playing any other cards? You know, every deck might as well just be Sultai, Emergent Ultimatum, you know what I'm saying? And then, at that point, people would be moaning about, oh, there's only 1 deck. Well, yeah, because everyone's using the same cards anyway, so it feels like that in a lot of ways. So I'm going to concede here because, as you can see, they've won. But yeah, this is just one of those videos I put in just as more like a public service announcement to not use this kind of deck because it doesn't create a very good atmosphere. Cool. Concede. Fun. And they kept, you know, they can play the whole hand, so. Alright, let's see if we can actually beat an Attractor player here. I don't like my chances. But we'll give it a good shot. We've got flash, everything's got flash, so this certainly helps. Great card in blue to help you combat these style of decks because they can't react to you so well. Okay, let's pass to them. We'll flash the rock in their turn. Dwayne Johnson. They could counter it there. That's the only risk of doing the things in their turn. But if they do that, okay. Okay, this feels pretty good. Leyline. Maybe Leyline's the answer, guys, against these tier 1 decks. Goodness me. I've faced them all today. So I faced Atraxa, first Sliver, Goshen Tai. Right, let's get some stuff out before they get a chance to... Yeah, before they get a chance to counter stuff with the mana, because it comes in untapped. Oh, it comes in tapped. Okay, fine. Whatever. It gets a bit confusing because some of these abilities say search on the battlefield tapped, search untapped. It just depends. But yeah, I faced all the tier 1 decks today, and yeah, it doesn't matter what deck I build. You always face it. Yeah, it's not just me though. I think we all have this issue. They just don't have the knowledge to... when I say they, I mean wizards. They just don't seem to know how to balance the format. Alright, let's give him a poison. Oh, okay. Are they just going to board wipe, though? I think we just swing in. We can leave up the Professor's Warning to protect. Okay, so they blocked. So now we get a 3-3. And we've got Flash. There's no need to do any of these other things yet. Come on, let's be an attractor player, guys. It's not impossible, it's just bloody hard. And that's why counter spells are good defensively. Like, I don't like using them if that's the whole strategy, but using one or two to tactically protect from board wipes, I think it's perfectly acceptable. Just don't make it your personality trait. Just don't make it all about counters and stuff. 3, 4, 5, 6, so they can go for the tractor next turn. Night of Autumn. Oh, nuts. So they're going to kill the ley line, I guess. Why? Why? I just wanted to cast things. Okay, we'll go for the Scheming Aspirant then. Man, that's a shame. Didn't have that very long, did we? Okay, so they don't have very good blocks, really. That's Alpha. It's a pretty good attack. Right, so I don't think they have a board wipe. Because otherwise they would have blocked there. I guess there's no point creating a clone of that. 4 Infect. I guess, well, now we're going to have to do things in our turn, which is annoying. Submit. Draw a card. Triggers. Drain them for 2. Play this. And 3-man open. I don't really want to play this guy because... But the thing is, that we have to just apply more pressure. Let's just see what happens. They're at 5 poison, and we've got toxic, toxic, proliferate. So that's potentially 3 more. 4, 5, 6, 7. If they go for the Atraxa, we kill it with a grasp. So they won't have that as a blocker. Yeah, it's sad when you actually have a Sentinel out and you proliferate. It feels a bit wasted if you're not getting anything out of it. But yeah, it's still nice to have. Binding the Old Gods. Okay, let's see what they go for here. Remember, we can make anything creature-wise indestructible. So yeah, let's put a indestructible on this guy. Cool. Into the north. So they were really thinking about going for a tractor there, weren't they? I think I would have still gone for the Atraxa because 7 mana would have been, like, I guess they didn't want it to get countered, did they? That's the only issue. Can we win here if we just kill the Night of Autumn? So they got 5. They get 6. Yeah, it won't be enough. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Hang on a sec. Let's just do this. Yeah. Because that means next turn, if they go for a Atraxa, they're going to have 1 blocker. Right? Ah, yes. Yeah, because if I just quickly go over that. So we attacked with everything there, and we had to kill that because we want everything to get through. So they would have been at 5, 6, 7, 8 infect, right? So next turn, they would have only had 1 blocker, which meant that we would have had 1 infect go through, 2 infect go through, and or a proliferate go through. So it's essentially, let's just treat this as another poison. They would be at 8, which meant that we have 2 more attackers than they have blockers. So that would have still been lethal despite them gaining 7 life. So yeah, using the grass there was pretty integral, really. Cool. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.